What do you think of when you think of Greece? A beautiful place to vacation, with its endless coastline and thousands of beautiful islands, the pristine waters of the Aegean Sea, the picturesque beaches and quaint seaside cafes, or perhaps it's the rich history of its ancient ruins. But there's another side to Greece that many never see, a side that you won't visit on vacation, a side that we want to share with you today. Deep in the heart of Athens is a darker side of Greece.
Despair looms in the air in this place. Despair that can be felt as you walk among Athens' drug-addicted and homeless. Many come here looking for a better life. Athens is a melting pot of people, needy immigrants from neighboring countries. Athens is the revolving gateway. Like any city, they come looking for a better life, and often without opportunity, what they find instead is themselves, broken and destitute, prostituting themselves to survive and feed their addictions, both men and women.
This is not a new story. We see this here in America. But in our country, there are many programs and rehabs and help to be had. This is not the case in Greece. Left to their own devices, they languish on the streets with nowhere and no one to turn to for help. Once they descend into this pit of despair, they feel there is truly no way out. For them, life becomes a living hell. Alcohol and heroin is the way they numb their pain.
Lost and confused, trapped in a no-way-out situation, it's easy to see what they need, a helping hand. But most people just walk right by them as if they don't exist. But there is one person who sees them, one person who knows they are there, and has been ministering to them for years. For a long time alone in his quest to help these poor, forgotten drug addicts and prostitutes find hope is Elias Armenis.
For 25 years, he's been touching thousands on the street with his ministry, Passage to Life. Through his heart of mercy and compassion, many have been saved from great bondage. Week after week, in the parks and alleys where these destitute and forgotten people live, he goes, bringing a word of hope about God's love and forgiveness. He and only a few volunteers distribute tea, croissants, and encouragement, and also invite many to the Mercy Center, which is a place of refuge to any who are willing to allow themselves to be set free from their vicious addictions.
The Mercy Center is one of only 2 rehabilitation drug programs in the entire nation of Greece. Recently birthed only 2 years ago, the Lord in an amazing way has given him a 3-floor building in a central point in the city, which has now become the base of the ministry. A light in a dark place, the Mercy Center houses men and women who are presently recovering from their addictions. Through a discipleship program and getting them off the streets, they are being set free.
The Mercy Center, however, is just getting started. The vision for this place of refuge is great, but the needs are great as well. As you can imagine, for the Mercy Center to get firmly established, funds are needed. The building needs repair and renovation. The center itself needs workers, volunteers, and supplies to become fully functional.
They are now in the process of launching a work program for the current intakes to enable, train, and give them a hands-on experience learning a trade. The goal is to send them back into society as productive citizens. Presently, we need your help to raise funds for a work truck, which will also keep the residents occupied as they begin their journey on the road to their new life and future.
In addition to the ministry to the drug addicted and homeless, the Mercy Center has opened its doors to the Afghani community. These refugees live like gypsies in enclaves, together, sometimes 10 and 20 people living in a small apartment. They often have no work or means except for begging to survive. The Mercy Center offers a feeding program partially supported by Child Cry, a ministry of Times Square Church. This feeding program is run by volunteers and the men and women recovering from their addictions at the center. There are many children that come on these nights of mercy. Food is distributed, clothing given, and the children are given a chance to hear Bible stories. They have some fun with the volunteers through crafts and games. It's a few hours respite in their otherwise uncertain lives.
The Afghani people who come are hungry, not only for food, but for spiritual help as well. Many are being led to Christ on these nights. This largely Muslim community who have never heard of Christ before are receiving him weekly and learning how to grow in him.
A team of 10 of us went in 2008 from Times Square Church on a short-term missions trip. We were struck deeply in our hearts for the great needs of people on the streets of Greece. Sweet and humble, all they are looking for is an answer. We were also moved by the way they so willingly receive Christ into their hearts. We know that the Mercy Center is the start of something great that God wants to do in the dark corners of Athens, in the places many who visit Greece will never see.
We have seen and we know how much God sees the cries of the hearts of these people. Please help us today. Help the Mercy Center become all it can be to the lost, the hurting, and the forgotten. We are asking that you will open your hearts and come alongside of us and reach out to the needs of the Mercy Center so they can finish the work God has given them to do.
Use our lives to bring light where there is darkness. Use our lives to bring healing where there's pain. Send us out, Lord, to the world you came to rescue. You have called us, and we desire to obey. Use our lives. Use our lives.
What do you think of when you think of Greece? A beautiful place to vacation with its endless